They say you never really know a person, but I never believed that until the day I discovered what my best friend was hiding. We had been friends for over 10 years. He wasn't just my friend, he was like a brother to me. We grew up together, shared secrets, helped each other through hard times. It started small, subtle changes I couldn't explain. He began canceling plans at the last minute. He stopped answering calls at night. Sometimes he would disappear for hours without telling anyone where he was going. At first, I thought he was just stressed. He had been struggling financially, and I assumed he was trying to fix his life. But then, I started noticing something strange. One evening, he came to my apartment looking nervous. Not the normal kind of nervous, the kind that makes you uncomfortable just looking at someone. His hands were shaking. His voice was tense. And when I asked him what was wrong, he forced a smile and said, "Nothing, just tired." But something felt off. A few days later, I was scrolling through social media when I saw a post that stopped my heart. A local business owner had been robbed late at night. The post included blurry security camera images of the suspect. And the moment I saw the picture, my stomach dropped. The person in that image had the same height, the same posture, and was wearing the exact same jacket my best friend owned. I tried to convince myself it was coincidence. It had to be. There was no way he could be involved in something like that. But then things got worse. A week later, he showed up at my place again, late at night. This time, he looked terrified. He kept pacing around my living room, glancing at the windows, like he thought someone was watching him. Finally, he said something that made my blood run cold. He asked me if I would lie for him. If anyone ever asked where he had been on certain nights, if I could admit he has always been with me. I remember staring at him in silence, trying to understand what he was saying. And then he said the words I will never forget. "I messed up. I robbed the local business owner last week and another place today, and if people find out, I could lose everything." I tried to process everything. I didn't even need to ask him why he involved himself in such criminal act, because he turned very desperate for money all of a sudden. Deep down, I already understood the truth. I only wondered where he got the guts. My best friend had committed a crime. I couldn't sleep that night. My mind kept replaying everything. The strange behavior, the late-night disappearances, the fear in his eyes. And I was stuck with a terrible choice. Protect my best friend, or do what I knew was right. Days passed, and the pressure kept building. I felt sick every time I saw news updates about the robbery. The victims were badly hurt. Their life had been changed forever. That's when I realized something. Staying silent would make me part of what happened. So I made the hardest decision of my life. I went to the authorities and told them everything I knew. It felt like betrayal. It felt like I was destroying someone I cared about. But it was the only way I could live with myself. Weeks later, he was arrested. And the last time I saw him was in a courtroom. He looked at me with a mixture of anger and heartbreak, like he couldn't believe I had turned against him. But what hurt the most was realizing he had turned against himself long before I ever did. Even now, I still think about him, about the friendship we had, about the person he used to be, about all the memories we shared before everything fell apart. Because the truth is, I still don't know if I did the right thing. Yes, I helped bring justice. Yes, I did what most people would call the right choice. But sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, a different voice speaks inside my mind. A voice that asks me questions I can never answer. What if I had protected him? What if I had kept his secret? Would he have found a way to change? Would our friendship still be alive today? And the hardest question of all, did I save an innocent victim? Or did I betray the only brother I ever had? Because one part of me knows I chose what was right, but another part of me still whispers the same painful word, betrayal. And even now, I don't know which side of me is telling the truth. So now I ask you, if you were in my place, what would you have done? Would you have told the truth or protected the person you trusted most? Because even today, I'm still not sure if I was brave or if I was just a friend who betrayed another, and I hope he forgives me.